The boats are being made ready. They're aligning themselves. They're getting into their final alignment. The boats are being readied. They are aligned.
UCSB, UCSD, Southern Cal. Ladies, we are proceeding to a countdown start. Hands will not be acknowledged.
Again, this is the Women's Open
5,
qualifying B.
4,
We're in the countdown to the
3,
start.
2, 1. Attention. Go. Start.
The boats are hard out of the blocks. And the first 100 meters, we have University of Southern California taking a 2-seat lead. The other 4 boats are neck and neck. In lane 1, we have University of California at Irvine. We have Santa Clara in lane 2. We have University of California Santa Barbara in lane 3. We have University of California San Diego B boat in lane 4, and University of Southern California in the lead in lane 5. As we come up to the 250-meter mark, we still see that University of Southern California is in the lead. They have taken about a 7-seat lead at this point over lane 2, Santa Clara, followed very, very closely by University of California Santa Barbara. They are about 1 seat over University of California San Diego B, and then about 1 boat length behind the leader is lane 1, University of California Irvine. The middle 3 lanes are pulling very, very strongly together. They're very even. But in lane number 5, we still see University of Southern California pulling out slowly ahead. We now see that in lane 2, Santa Clara is making a slight move on lane 3, University of California Santa Barbara. And they have both moved ahead by 1 boat length of the University of California San Diego Beach boat. We now see lane 1, University of California Irvine, starting to make a slight move. As we pass the 500-meter mark, we still have University of Southern California pulling strongly in the lead, followed by Santa Clara, and then University of California Santa Barbara. They are followed by the 4th lane, which is University of California San Diego B boat, and lane 1, University of California Irvine.
Event number 35 on the water. This is the Women's Open B, and our lane assignments in lane number 1, University of California Irvine, followed by Santa Clara out there in lane 2. Then comes University of California Santa Barbara in lane 3. Another California campus here in San Diego, their B boat is in lane 4, and our current leader, USC, out in lane number 5.
Again, Alan, this is a good chance to let all these kids race out here. The open event, you'll recognize a lot of the college names that for whatever reason they may not have been selected for the top 2 boats, or they may have an eligibility issue at the time, or for whatever reason they are not racing within their the college ranks, this open category gives them an opportunity to race other groups in just a straight up bow ball to bow ball competition. Great experience for these kids.
On the outside, USC with a commanding lead in the women's Open B. This is the second of 3 heats in this arena, and the top 2 will move on to be with UCLA and Villanova in the grand final, along with 2 more in the next heat that will be coming up here shortly. USC has a considerable amount of open water. Back to what is shaping up to be a 3-boat race, and that would be Santa Barbara, San Diego, and UCLA. Along the shoreline, Irvine. USC having to do a bit of a course correction as they hit the windiest part of our course. We'll keep an eye on the other crews and see how they handle it. Looks like Santa Clara is drifting out a little bit.
Alan, you may wonder why it's affected right there at, we say, the windiest part of the course. The wind is coming all the way underneath from the bridge, all the way from the ocean across the western portion of Mission Bay through the bridge, and that is a little bit of a stronger wind area. The rest of the course is very well sheltered between Vacation Island and Crown Point itself, but when you get in that one little channel right there, coxswains aren't necessarily expecting that crosswind, and it does move them from left to right, from the port side to the starboard side.
Looking at the flags going straight out, you would think that they would go, okay, here we go. Outside, USC still continues on a rather commanding lead. And in second spot would be Santa Barbara in the middle of the course. Gold jerseys, gold shell. Inside of them, Santa Clara closest to the shoreline in the crimson. And then the 2 trailing boats right now is the San Diego B and the University of California Irvine. Top 2 move on. I would suspect that USC will just cruise and get off the gas here so they can preserve some energy for the next time out, because they have a tremendous commanding lead here. Santa Clara is beginning to make a little bit of a move to see if they can't get into that grand final, as they are taking a run at Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara in the middle of the course still has the command of that second position, but in the last 150 meters, Santa Clara made a little bit of a run, but it looks like Santa Barbara has responded and is hanging in there and not allowing Santa Clara to sneak up on them. We have a fairly nice little boat race shaping up between Irvine and San Diego B. They've kind of closed ranks there, so that might be of interest as we get down towards the finish there. But it is USC well in command of this one. Santa Barbara apparently has fought off the challenge of Santa Clara. Santa Clara made a bit of a move at about 300 meters to go, but Santa Barbara recognized it and fought it off. As you can see there, coxswain taking a look to the shore side to make sure that she knows exactly where Santa Clara is located. Then we have a lot of open water back to California B on the outside and Irvine on the inside. So let's see what we have going on at the back of this pack. It looks like Irvine just slightly, maybe a half boat length ahead of the University of California, San Diego, as USC has been declared the unofficial winner, followed by University of California, Santa Barbara, and Santa Clara. But an interesting little boat race at the end here, as Irvine has come on strong and has gotten past the San Diego B crew, and that has occurred in about the last 150 meters. Along the shoreline, this is the University of California Irvine, and it looks like they will slide into that 5th position check that 4th position ahead of the University of California San Diego B boat. Unofficial results and moving on for the Women's Open B will be USC and the University of California Santa Barbara. They will join UCLA and Villanova in our grand final later on.
Coming up next, we have the Women's Open qualifying, the final heat, the C
as close to the hull as possible.
heat, and the Carley Copley Cup. In lane 1, we have University of California Davis alumni. We have the St. Mary